Fitness for Gold's Gym International.
Okay, so before we get going, I apologise. Being Irish, you probably won't understand half of what I say, so next year we will have subtitles. The truth of the matter is, what I'm about to say is irrelevant. The people we're about to meet is important. I have the privilege and the honour to talk to you and introduce you today to the most inspirational members in Gold's Gym 2011-2012 for the last 12 months. These are living examples of why we do what we do for a living, why we get out of bed, open that gym door, and go and change lives. But the perfect example, when it comes down to it, every single gym in the world can be replicated. The four walls can be copied. The paint structure can be copied. The equipment can be bought. But the only one true guarantee that can make us different are the people. The people we serve and the people who serve them. You're about to meet three people that I've already seen it and I cried. I hope I don't cry this time, but I'm not embarrassed to cry again. Because what I'd love to do for you now is introduce to you three people that when we've looked at all of the millions of members we have, their story over the last 12 months is absolutely amazing. And remember, after this, over the next 2 to 3 days, it is down to you to vote for it. So that on Wednesday night we can have Gold's Gym Most Inspirational Member of the Year. So the first person I would love to introduce to you is a young man, like all young people, has great ambitions in life. Has these ambitions to be a sports person, play a sport for a living. Had one slight barrier to overcome. Charlie is autistic, but he hasn't let it stop him. In fact, his dedication and commitment and the way he goes about what he does every single time he goes to the gym has become so inspiring now that when a member thinks about not turning up, when a member thinks about quitting, when somebody doesn't want to work out, the gym just simply says, what would Charlie do? Please meet Charlie.
I'm high function autistic, and when I was little I couldn't really pursue sports. I was really skinny, and by the time I was 8 I was getting kind of chunky, and basically I just kept, I did a lot of stuff on and off, but it didn't really help me lose significant amount of weight, but I wasn't over, I was just fluffy, but yeah, I'm just naturally big, I wanted to play football like everyone else, but I was having trouble taking a knee, and I was having trouble getting up and down the field, so they sent me west, so mom had an idea to send me to West Harlock, and I really worked out. It was really hard working at Gold's Gym, but after a while, after my first session, I felt like a piece of tenderized meat, to be honest with you. I felt like tenderized, I was so tired. I'm working out since 2010. I try to get at least 3 to 4 days out of the week. I go there and either shoot heaps or lift weights. It was hard, but anything life is. Really helped me get in shape, get a little faster, get a little stronger, you know. And basically I started some progress building up and up and up. And so I'm sure I was getting more flexible, more agile, and more like Gold's Gym, so it was pretty good. I did like playing with the JV team, yes, but I was part of varsity at the end of my sophomore year, and basically I got 2 sacks on the first 2 plays. The coach had to take me out for the rest of the game. After that, and not in a bad way, but not that he took me out because I did something wrong, but he just wanted to get everyone else, get some more sacks, get some more plays. So I'd already gotten 2 sacks, and that's a lot in a single game. So I just decided I wanted to pursue individual sports instead of team sport, because I don't really work well in groups, but I do work well one-on-one, so I decided to play my strengths. My goal is to pursue a professional boxing career after a successful amateur. I'm proud of myself, honestly. Sometimes I don't show it, but I am proud of it, yes.
Next, we're going to meet a lady that is the living proof that every great journey begins with the first step. We're going to meet a lady called Lindsey. Lindsey's unfortunately had a lot of adversity in her life. She hasn't let it stop. She's proof that it doesn't matter how old you are or what stage in life you're at. If you want to do something and you believe you can do it, you have the pride and the passion to make it happen, you can do it. I spoke to Lindsey a little bit earlier. I said, could you describe your journey in one word? She said, hard. I spoke to Deb, a personal trainer. I said, what do you think? She said, we always hear about what it's like to change people's lives. We always say we want to change people's lives. But boy, when you change somebody's life, you just can't explain it. Please meet Lindsey.
My whole childhood, I've been either teased for being overweight, literally flat out to my face teased. I remember an instance where we were putting on a bathing suit. I had a friend that lived by the lake, and she flat out blatantly, "Oh my gosh, you're so fat! I can't believe your Lindsey Fulmer is fat! Oh my god!" Like that. So you learn real quick to shrug it off, like it's not a big deal, but inside you're just falling apart, and things like that stick with you. My father was very overweight, very overweight. So growing up through the years, and all you hear is, "Oh, well, it's in the genes, honey. It's genetic. You believe that." The birth of my son was very traumatic to me. Everything was fine. We were ready to deliver him, and then boom, it was running down the hall to get a C-section. It was the scariest thing I had ever been through. His umbilical cord was too short, so he wasn't able, to be delivered. So they had to get him out, and that it caused him the nightmares, and it caused just complete postpartum depression to the fullest. One 4th of July, we were with a family gathering, and my brother had finally had enough of me and how I was acting, and he confronted me about it, and he just didn't understand, the mood swings. Nobody understands it if you're not familiar with it. It's hard to, relate and understand depression, and it was the first time somebody pointed it out to me that it was not right, and I didn't really know how to go about changing that, but and after that, we hadn't talked for a while, so, and then that February, he had been in a car accident and was killed on impact. 19 months later, my father was driving, I think, he was a football coach. He was driving to practice, and we believe he was having some kind of a heart issue, and he rolled his truck and it killed him. Being overweight is what killed him. That's been a big motivator for me as well. Knowing that I was on my way to 30 years old, 300 pounds, and I could have died earlier than he did, and he wasn't 50 yet. About the middle of October in 2010, it was a month after my father died, I was my heaviest. I was 300 pounds. And right now I'm at 170 pounds, and it's been a little over a year and a half. And I still would like to lose about 20 more. That's my personal goal that we set for myself in the beginning. So that would put me at 150 pounds lost. Half of myself gone. When I think about Gold's Gym, I think about how amazing these people are. They really care about what you're doing and where you're at and how your progress is going. You matter. I matter to them, and it's all about what you're trying to do for yourself, and they're trying to help you get to your goal and your point, what you're trying to do, and cheering you on the whole way, and it's just a great establishment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsey Potter. least, is a young lady who is at that moment in life where the only thing you should be looking forward to is your future. And boy, what a future she was looking forward to. Tremendous basketball player, sky was the limit. And then she had her first injury, her first ever injury. Unfortunately, a career-ending injury. Didn't let her stop at that. I just happened to be bike building, happened to be with her dad, Tom. I said, what was it like? He said, devastating. It was like the world stopped. But he said, one day he picked up a video camera and said, we're going to do this. And he started filming. Now you're going to see the results. Please meet Kristen.
Playing basketball ever since I can remember. My older sister started playing, and I just saw the passion that she had for the game, and I just naturally wanted to be just like my older sister. So I picked up the ball and started shooting around, and realized it was something I could be good at. And eventually my career just took off from there. My dad signed me up for Gold's Gym. I started training, wanted to be in the best shape possible to be better than all my opponents. And then, I will never forget the day, April 9th, 2011. I was on my way to Fordham University for a basketball tournament. It was a college showcase where there was going to be college scouts, recruiting players, the best possible out there. And my teammates and I, we were excited, we were anxious, we were nervous. And nothing could prepare me for that moment that I fell to the ground in a state of shock. And I held my knee and I was just in so much pain, I was devastated. And although I was in so much pain, my body and my mind just went numb. I just felt like my career was possibly over. Everything I had worked for up to that point was useless, and I just thought there was no hope. I was just in complete shock. I had never been injured before. This was something new and unfamiliar to me. My family and I were all devastated. I was potentially going to play in college, and now this was all coming to a standstill. I would have to be going through this injury, this recovery process, and work my way up all over again. We walked into the doctor's office, and he took an MRI and then explained the severity of the situation. It would be 1 year for me to recover and then be back on the basketball court. I was just devastated. My parents tried to explain to him my situation, how there was college recruits looking at me, I was potentially playing in college. And he came back and explained if I worked incredibly hard, I could be back in just 6 months. And with that challenge presented to me, I just went for it, and I knew there was no other option. I was ready to make whatever sacrifices I needed to get to that point. I was so excited to get back into training, go to Gold's Gym. I knew they were going to be there every step of the way, supporting me, everything I needed, whether it was mentally, physically. Glenn Morale, the owner of Gold's Gym, my local gym, he was just constantly providing me with support along the whole way, advising me and just encouraging me to get to the point I needed to be in 6 months. 6 months on the back, and I was on the court, happy as could be. I enjoyed my senior year of basketball, and now I'm headed to Adelphi University on a scholarship. Honestly, I feel like anything is possible at this point. I proved that I could get back in 6 months when the doctors told me that was so unlikely. So I feel like my limitations there are no limitations. And I really just hope to work with athletes in the future and share my story and give them the hope they need if they're going through an injury, and just encourage them that with hard work and determination, anything is possible.
Please meet Kristen.